Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today? It is Monday. Happy Monday. Not a happy day for everybody, but c'est la vie. It is the start of a new week. Hope you all had a great weekend. I will share my weekend with you once I've shown you the bag. And I've just noticed a fly in here. Surprise, surprise, right? The fly paper's right there. Get on it, buddy. So, I went thrifting this weekend. I said I would, and I did. My first thrifting experience with Pius, very overwhelming for him. He ended up in the truck. I think he got a little frustrated because he kept showing me bags that weren't leather. And you know what? Until you go out there and start looking for what is a vintage leather bag, you don't realize how tough it is. My mom's gone through it. Everybody has been through it, and Pius has now been through it as well. So, it was really cute. Hot flash, of course, because I'm talking to you guys. See my Peach King sweatshirt? Lots of hockey this weekend. We'll talk about it in a bit. I really like this bag. This bag is a mixture of a whole bunch of things. Now, where do I start? It is a very classic shape. I have always liked this very square shape. And I must say, even my taste in cars is very angular. And this to me is just kind of an old school, almost a Liz Claiborne-esque bag. But it isn't Liz Claiborne. It is a brand by the name of Flamingo. Never heard of it. I've tried to do some research on it. Can't find anything. Of course, when I put Flamingo brand bags, all I get is a bunch of bags covered in pink flamingos. So, yeah, can't tell you much about it. I am going to date it 70s just because of the styling of it. It has a diamond print coated canvas. And then this is all leather. All the edging, this on the inside, and then you've got fabulous compartments. But I need to talk to you a little bit more about the outside because there are a couple of issues. So there is a little bit of discoloration on this accent piece on the front. It's actually showing up a little darker on the film than it actually is. And there's just a little stamp. And here too. Now, I think, again, my opinion, I don't know this from anywhere, but I think that some of these bags are made and then the logo, of course it's added later, but it's like a generic carcass. And then if you've ever been to one of these fashion wholesale shows. I almost went to one and then COVID hit and I didn't get to go. But it's like these manufacturers go to these trade shows, and as retailers, you can go and say, I like this bag. This is my logo. Put it right there. Or this is my logo. Put it right there. Do I think this is specifically what's going on with this bag? No, because there is Flamingo there. See this cute little keychain detail here. But I do think that these type of landing marks are very generic. And I don't know, I just get this feeling that this bag could have been any number of things for any number of companies. And again, I don't know that for sure, but it just speaks to me in that regard. These tan areas are leather. You can see the leather there. Straps are in amazing condition. None of that plastic edging. What they do is they burnish these edges. And I've seen, there is a tool. It's like a scooped out wooden tool and you just rub it. It's almost like you're trying to start a fire. And it glazes the straps. So the sides, it's really quite a decent width bag on both sides, obviously. This guy, does it come up? I thought it came off. Oh, maybe it doesn't. Oh, it doesn't. So I saw these little poppers and I just presumed that it snapped off, but it doesn't. Which I'm not mad at, because when you've got a bend, when the bag is secured, it makes it very easy to zip up and unzip. So there are some areas of some marks. Now, what these marks are from is from the strap. So the strap has been placed next to the coated canvas in a way that if there's been any moisture or any humidity, the color has transferred. So I've done as much magic as I dare do. There are a couple of areas, and they're all along the bottom, again, because the strap's been laying there. Nothing along the bottom. There are a few little areas where it's darkened here. Again, it's just wear, and I'm not mad at it at all. You've got a compartment here, a compartment here, compartment here, compartment here with a zipper, and then that little key fob thing. And the dividers don't go all the way. How can I show that to you? They're not secured on the bottom. Like, you can see my hand going through there. So yeah, it might be an issue for some. I have an issue with it when the divider is only 3/4, but this one goes all the way to the bottom and it's fine. The edging is in great shape. I've moisturized it all. I don't know. I like these classic, real kind of business style bag. And like I said, the gusset is really nice and wide. That bag's gonna sit, it's gonna open up. You're gonna be able to fit a ton of your stuff in there, and it's gonna be very easily retrievable because you can organize it in a way that works for you. So that is today's bag. There's everything that I got. There's clothing, there's business bags. This is a Roots bag. It's fabulous, but it needs a bit of work. So you're not going to get that one for a little while. But that is today's bag. So there you go. I've just listed it. I really, really like it. And this coated canvas, just before I put the bag away, basically it's a canvas with like a waterproof, like almost like a flexible vinyl coating. So it's very wipeable, very weather friendly. Just a little, I don't know what happened there on the leather, but there you go. That is today's bag. So let me just put it over here. As you see, the disaster of my thrifting efforts. But hey, I'm on a timeline. I got stuff to do. I have my clients today. Well, I had one client today. I took my client to an appointment, and then we had coffee and just went down to the park. So the weekend, Friday night, we went to see Angus play. He didn't play on Friday. There's lots of new players on the team this year. So I guess the coach is trying to assess everybody and figure out who's best playing where. So that was fine. We went to Rosie's for a drink afterwards, and then we just went home. Pius was exhausted. He'd been up 24 hours almost. So he was a walking zombie person by the time Friday ended. But there was always a little adrenaline on Fridays. I don't know if you guys are the same. It's been a long week for folks, and then Friday arrives and it's like, woohoo, the week is over. Saturday we didn't really do much in the morning, and then we went thrifting. We went to the Value Village in Welland, and we went to the Value Village in Niagara Falls, and we went to one other little kind of independent thrift store, which I usually go to when I stay in the Falls. We were going to try and stay in the Falls, but everywhere was booked. I guess September is a very popular... I never go on the weekends. I've never gone on the weekends. I only go during the week, and there's always availability, and the prices are always at least half, if not more, off of what it is on the weekends. But I am not going by myself anymore.
I want Pius to be with me. So if it's the weekend, it has to be the weekends, which is fine. We went down to Chippewa, which is my favorite spot. And always do an annual Chippewa selfie, which is always usually in the spring. But here we are in the fall, and I was getting my first selfie, but I had another face in it this year. So it was really cool. And then what did we do? We went to visit my sister at the farm. Holy moly, we did a lot this weekend. So my sister and brother-in-law work at a horse farm. It's a not-for-profit outfit. There's cabins there, about 9 horses or so, chickens. I rode a tricycle almost to my peril. This thing, it felt like it was going around and around in circles. I was going around and around in circles. My brother-in-law pies were pissing their pants laughing at me. I haven't been on a bike in 30 years. The kids bought me a bike a few years ago before COVID because I was going to really start doing some road riding up at the trailer. But we all know what happened with that. So the bike is still in the shed. But holy Hannah, was I sore the next day. And we really didn't do much riding at all. So maybe that might be a little nudge to get out on my bike. And then we decided to go for another drink to Rosie's. And then we went home. And that was it. Saturday, we went to a new little place in Stevensville called Scuttlebutt. If you're in our neighborhood and you like to go out and explore new places, Stevensville Scuttlebutt. It was a great little place. Great soup, great, just pub fare kind of thing. And then we ended up also on the way home from my sister's farm, or where she works at the farm, was the Wainfleet Fall Fair. And we saw Demolition Derby and a figure 8 derby or race or whatever. Never seen that before. So that was really cool. We had a busy weekend, right? And then Sunday, more hockey. It was supposed to rain, and it did, but very sporadically. We went to Port Dover, which is where Pius was living previous to being a single guy again. And so I love Port Dover. I'm not sure how thrilled he is to be going back to Port Dover on a regular basis, but we do seem to find ourselves there quite regularly. Haven't bumped into anybody, which is probably a good thing. But anyway, we went to see Pius. We went to see Angus play hockey again. They won both games. The Friday night, they won like 9-5 or something. It was unreal. And then last night, I think they won 5-3. So Angus didn't play Friday. He did play yesterday. He's just finding his legs again after some pretty significant injuries at the end of the season last year. So I can only imagine he's a little bit skittish from those injuries. But he'll find his feet, and he'll get back into being the powerhouse that he was last year, I'm sure. And that was that. I visited with my family. I think I shared with you last week. I had some bad news, some ill health in my family. And then I discovered that my cousin's here from Scotland. So I haven't seen Claire in 24 years, 23 years. I think Harry was a year old the last time I saw Claire. So I visited with her and my aunt and uncle and my other cousin, and had a little bit of a catch up, and it's just been zoom. It's been a crazy busy weekend, but I love it. And we had a great time, and work today was great. And yeah, everything is just still hot flashing like a crazy person, but you know what are you gonna do? And that's that. So hopefully you all had a great weekend. We're getting way too long here. If you're still with me, thank you. But I'm going to sign off now, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.